In this video, I'm going to be showing you the 5 best dumbbell exercises that we can do as wheelchair users. But before we get into the exercises themselves, let's dive into how these dumbbells actually operate. So dumbbells are super versatile tools. They allow us to do different exercises that work different muscles. The idea behind dumbbells is simple. When you lift them, you're essentially fighting against gravity. By lifting, pushing, or pulling the weights in different ways, your muscles have to work hard to move them against gravity. This effort helps your muscles to go stronger, bigger, and improve your overall fitness. One of the key advantages of dumbbells is their versatility. Unlike gym machines, which provide a fixed range of motion, dumbbells allow for a wide range of motion and a much more natural movement pattern. This versatility allows us wheelchair users to perform a number of exercises, targeting different muscle groups straight from our wheelchairs, making the dumbbells suitable for us wheelchair users to get a great strength training workout in. Also, dumbbells offer a unilateral benefit, and that's because each limb works individually. This helps to address muscular imbalance, which develops balanced muscle development and reduces the risk of injury. Okay, enough with all that stuff. Let's get into what you're all here for, which is the exercises themselves. So let's dive into it here with the bicep curl to overhead press to start with. So the bicep curl to overhead press is a compound exercise that combines 2 different movements together. We've got here a bicep curl and then an overhead press, hence the name. This works the biceps, the shoulders, and the triceps for a really great shoulder and arm workout. Let's talk about the step-by-step progression of how we do this. So first of all here, sit with the dumbbell in each hand by your side, and if you can, keep your back straight, chest up, core engaged throughout the whole exercise. We want to begin the movement by curling the dumbbells up towards your shoulders. Keep it nice and controlled, we don't want to swing as we bring them up, and focus on contracting your biceps here as you lift the dumbbells up. Once we're in that full bicep curl position, we want to rotate those hands up, and then press those arms fully above the head, or at least as far as you can. Then in a controlled manner, we want to slowly bring it back down to there, and then fully extend the arm out from the bicep curl. Then do the desired amount of repetitions until you've done. Through this exercise, we want a weight that we can comfortably lift overhead without falling out of our wheelchair. But we also want to make sure we're doing heavy weights for this. So a balance between the weight and your balance is key. We want to keep these movements nice and controlled and avoid using momentum to lift the weight up. What this does is ensures that you effectively target the muscles individually all the way through the movement. We don't want to just chuck those weights up. Slow control movements to get the maximum from the bicep curl to overhead press. Next up here, we've got the dumbbell bench press or the floor press as an alternative. This muscle is going to work our chest and our triceps. To do this, we do need to change into a lying position, because what this does is it changes the angle of resistance against gravity. So if we just push the hands out in front of us, this isn't a chest exercise. But if we lie down, it is activating the chest. So here's how to perform it. You want to lie down on a bench or on the floor. You want to hold the dumbbells in both hands with your palms facing down towards your feet and position them just above your chest. From here, we want to push those arms up so they meet in the middle at full stretch on the arms. From there, we want to lower them slow and controlled until they're back down to our chest level. That's 1 repetition. Repeat that for the amount that you need to do. And again, you can do this on a bench. You can get down onto the floor, or you could even do this on something like a bed or a plinth if that's easier for you to transfer onto. During this exercise, again, make sure it's nice, slow, and controlled. And when we're bringing it down, try and get a bit of a stretch in the movement to go all the way through the full range of motion to properly activate those chest muscles. Choose weights that challenge you on this, but also don't throw you off balance. And if you are going off balance, try the floor press or on the bed or whatever you need to do to stay focused on doing a great movement here. And next up is the dumbbell row. This is a great exercise for hitting those back muscles, especially the lats, the rhomboids, and the traps. But it also does work the biceps and rear deltoids a little bit too, which makes it a great compound exercise for hitting multiple muscles. To do this exercise, we want to hold a dumbbell in each hand with a neutral grip, which means your palms are facing each other. You want to lean forwards from your hips, keeping your back as flat as you can, and if you can as well, keep your core engaged. Your torso should be resting on your lap and be pretty much parallel to the ground. And your arms will be dangling straight down towards the floor, maybe even resting on the floor if your arms are long enough. I will say though, if you feel like you tip forwards when you lean forwards, put your feet on the floor rather than your foot plate for extra stability here. We also want to make sure our neck is in a straight line, not bent down or reached out forwards. Nice neutral position with the neck. Okay, so now we're in position. We want to initiate the movement by first of all pulling the shoulder blades back together, squeezing them tight. This activates the rhomboids. From there, we want to pull with the elbow, not with the hand, because it activates more of the back muscles. If we pull with our hand, the biceps get more involvement. So pulling back with the elbow until it's in line with your body, and then slowly lower it back down to the starting position and getting the stretch at the end. So we get that rhomboid engagement in each and every rep. Then do that for as many reps as you need to for your set, and you've got a great back workout in using these dumbbells. With this exercise, try and be nice and slow and controlled. And if you have problems with leaning forwards, you can always put something like a cushion on your lap, which does change the angle slightly, but it means that you can get this workout in still. Next up, we're going to focus on an isolation exercise for our triceps, which is the dumbbell tricep kickback. These are the muscles located on the back of our upper arm and responsible for extending the arm out. For us wheelchair users, these are super useful for transfers and pushing our wheelchairs, so important to get them nice and strong. But here's how you perform the tricep kickback. First of all, we're going to get ourselves into the same position of where we had the row when it was fully contracted. So elbow by your side, tucked in with your hand pointing down. That's the starting position. From there, we're going to extend that arm back behind us until it's fully extended and you feel some tension in that tricep. Then from there, we're going to lower it back down to the starting position, which is 1 rep. Nice and simple, and just repeat it through for the amount of reps you need to. I will say here, if you are struggling with form on this exercise, reduce the weight or just do one side or both arms. Find what works for you on this. Personally, I find that doing single arm works best for me on this exercise. And lastly, for our dumbbell exercises, we got the dumbbell W curl. Now this is a unique exercise that you probably won't find many other places, but it's one that I try to do if I can. And this is one of the rare exercises that uses the dumbbells to hit the rotator cuffs. If you haven't watched my rotator cuff video, first of all, what are you doing? Go and check it out, come on. But these muscles are responsible for rotating the arm and stabilizing the shoulder. Super important for us wheelchair users, especially those who are in a manual chair. But onto this exercise is the W curl, and the name comes from the arm position that you end up in, which is a W. But we're not actually curling, so I don't really know why I call it a W curl, but it's what we're calling it, for lack of a better name. If you can think of a better name, let me know in the comment section down below. But essentially here we start with the arms down by our side with a slight bend in the elbow and our thumbs pointing forwards. From there we rotate the arm up, back, so the thumb is pointing behind us. With this movement, we don't want to bend at the elbow the whole time. So we're not actually curling up, we're rotating that arm up until we get it into the position we need to. With this, you may need to experiment with leaning forward slightly to target those rotator cuffs a little bit more. And then once you're at the top of the movement, we just lower it back down slowly. As we can see, slight bend in the elbow, into that W position, and then back down again. Once you've done 1 rep, do as many as you need for your set, but maintain good form and function throughout the whole set. With this, you will need to start with a lighter weight. Go lighter, get the form in right, and slowly over time, you can build that weight up. But you won't need a lot of weight. These are little tiny muscles, and they don't need a lot to get a great workout in. Focus on a nice, smooth, controlled motion on this, and you'll get the best from this dumbbell exercise. So you have everybody, that's my top 5 dumbbell exercises. And that was a pretty difficult list to make because there's a lot of good exercise out there. I got that out eventually. There's so many great exercise out there with dumbbells. And if you think I've missed one, let me know down below. Just because it's not in this list does not make it a bad exercise. These are just my 5 best ones and what I think are best for us wheelchair users. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns about any of the things I've talked about today, let me know down below. Hit that like button, it does help this video get to many more people. And if you're new here or you haven't already, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one and many more coming in the future. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you have a good day and I'll see you very soon. Goodbye. Are you ready to start your fitness journey? Then sign up now at adapttoperform.co.uk and get access to hundreds of workouts specifically for us wheelchair users.